Welcome to Cherry and Dara's Journey, and we're in my healing room here in Norman. And I guess it's my place now since Dara is at the Windsor Hills Nursing Center up in Oklahoma City. She's really enjoying it there. It's been about 7 weeks, and she's learning how to communicate with the professionals there for her own care. And we still get to talk a couple of times a day and even get to see each other 2 or 3 times a week, and got to see an OU UCLA football game last Saturday, and she's looking forward to watching this game this Saturday on TV there at the nursing center while I do massages. And that's what I wanted just to share for just a few minutes. It's something that happened last night and then this morning with a couple of my clients that I just wanted to share as we've been talking about breath and about self-care, the ABCs of self-care, of being aware of your breath, and then relaxing the body, and then calming the mind. The ABCs of self-care. And as I was able to work with my client last night, and she had some pain, some severe, on a scale of 1 to 10, it was at a 9, near her IT band, up and down her IT band. But as we were talking, I just asked her to be aware of her breath and just to relax the body instead of being tense and fighting the discomfort, to just relax into it and go look at the discomfort of where it is. And as she breathed into it, and then I asked her to visualize her legs as she walked when she was younger, when she played volleyball. And as she did that, I felt the tissue of her leg change. She had mentioned to me that it was hard for her to feel on that side of her leg, that for the last few years it felt like plexiglass was her term, versus the other side. And as she breathed, as she saw herself younger and playing volleyball and using her legs, I felt the tissue respond, and she exclaimed, "Oh my gosh, I can feel it." And we both kind of whooped and hollered and said, "This stuff really works." But the reason I'm making this today is a client that just left as we were talking, and she's in her 70s and she's a little shaky on her feet. She's going to physical therapy because of some neuropathy in her feet. And I mentioned to her, just as she sat up to get ready to go, that if she would see herself in younger years, when she just had the vitality and the certainty of walking, and if she would see herself and to visualize that, to be aware of her body, to be aware of the breath, and then just to relax her body into the breath, calm the mind, and to visualize that. Then as she got up, instead of wondering, "Oh no, am I going to be shaky?" but just to visualize that and still be aware of her shortcomings or the things that were happening right now. But then to relax the body by being aware of the breath. And that just connected her mind to the body. So when I came back in, she just had the biggest smile on her face. She said, "I have to tell you that in my younger years, I used to model. And that even when her kids were grown, she would go into one of her daughter's work places, and the ladies there would comment on her walk." And she said that thought came to mind. And she said they used to say that I just glided in my walk. So I saw that and felt that. And she had more of a confidence as she walked for a few minutes. So I just wanted to share that as a reminder to all of us, because I think we all have that capacity. But just like an athlete that practices and sees himself dunking the basket and sees himself practicing, but sees himself mentally doing that, that be aware of your breath, relax the body, calm the mind. And as we talk about the ABCs of the heart later on, as you open up your heart and visualize your intent, remember that what the brain knows and how we move, and we do it so unconsciously, really needs to be about 1/3 of our input. But the awareness of the breath and the body, and then relaxing the body and moving with gravity, moving with the elements around us instead of fighting it or pushing it or truncating in it, but just moving with what's going on around us. There is an elegance, there is a dance in that, and being aware of that and creating the beauty within ourselves then manifests itself in our movement. So I just want to encourage all of us to continue to be aware of our breath, which is the life force in us. Aware of our breath, relax the body, and calm the mind. The beginning of the ABCs of self-care.